ordinary people who live quiet lives of deep goodness. You are the salt of the earth.
Pope Francis said, God gave each person faith, gifts, and talent so they would share them with others and bring the taste of the gospel to the world. That Christians must go out with the message, go out with the riches of salt that we have received, and give it to others. Be the salt of the earth. Bring the flavor of the gospel today and continue Jesus' healing and saving mission. That's what we're all called to do. Programs and services funded by your Hope Appeal donation help us to do just that.
Catechesis is the teaching arm of the Church. It takes people into an even deeper understanding of their faith and a deeper relationship with Jesus.
Our catechists are the salt of the earth, and they in their many ways bring the flavor of the gospel to life.
During the pandemic, the office switched to online teaching and learning materials and encouraged parishes and catechists to find ways to keep the faith community connected.
So when the shutdown happened, I started live streaming every day. And it's amazing that we were reaching people we've never reached before online. I started, weekly faith formation series, both for adults and children. And it's amazing how people wanted to stay connected to their faith community. What's amazing too is when we came out of the shutdown and we started having public masses again, we had people in our pews we've never met before.
I found the pandemic to be a sacred pause for families, a holy pause, a time where all the business of life somewhat stopped, and all of a sudden people were in their homes together, eating together, praying together, playing together. I think the pandemic provided that opportunity for a new appreciation of family life. And it also was an opportunity to stop and listen to God, to take time to pray and to listen and reflect on what our faith is about.
Service is one of the pillars of a Catholic school education. Our schools hosted a walkathon as a service project to raise money for the Golisano Children's Hospital, which serves our entire diocese and beyond.
The children just came out with such eagerness and such enthusiasm, really also engaging their families to be part of this too. So they would come home and say, Mom, Dad, we need to go out and walk because we're helping the Golisano Children's Hospital.
The students and their families raised $27,686. Your donation to the Hope Appeal helps children throughout the diocese receive a Catholic school education.
The tuition assistance that comes from Hope Appeal allows for families to be able to choose a faith-based education for their children, that without Hope Appeal, they would never be able to experience that goodness that comes from a Catholic school education. I look at our Catholic schools as the future of our faith, the future of our diocese. Within this classroom could be priests and deacons and nuns who have yet to hear the voice of God speaking to them about their calling.
During our diocesan year of vocations, 4 men were ordained to the priesthood, the most in a single year in over 20 years.
In this year, we've had so much great momentum around the work of vocation promotion in our diocese, not only for priesthood and religious life, but for all vocations. The pandemic really has been a hidden source of grace. We knew that because of the pandemic, especially during the shutdown, a lot of these young people's busyness kind of died down. For the first time probably ever, these young people had more time for reflection and prayer and for introspection. And I was getting more calls from men and women, especially young adults, who were saying, Father, I'm feeling this tug at my heart. I'm feeling this call. What do I do with it? And that's the whole power of this year of vocations, is helping people tap in to that idea that your vocation is all about helping you achieve the human happiness that God wants for you. He wants you to live your life in abundance. A lot of the outreach I do to our young adults and young people in our diocese is because of the goodness of people in the pews. That goodness is something God takes, He He blesses and He multiplies it, and sometimes in ways people don't even know and can't even see, you know, but I see it firsthand almost every week in the program we do through the Vocations office. So yeah, it means everything. The Hope Appeal gives hope.
Catholic Charities gives hope to those in need and helps many become self-sufficient.
When I was growing up, my parents from time to time would refer to people as salt of the earth. And I learned very quickly that that was the greatest compliment that you could provide. Today I'm in our Catholic Charities kitchen, where we have our culinary program literally surrounded by salt and all kinds of spices, and surrounded by our students who will be here for the next 5 weeks. During that 5 weeks, they'll learn everything you can learn about working in a commercial kitchen. About 70% of our graduates from this program go on to become employed. For some, this program will be the difference between living in poverty and becoming self-sufficient. At Catholic Charities across the diocese, we serve over 200,000 people a year. We will always be there to answer the call for those who are suffering, those who are in great need. And at the same time, we are equally committed to helping the folks we serve move forward in their lives to achieve their highest level of functioning. And our culinary program is a great example of that. When you support the Hope Appeal, you enable Catholic Charities to do all the work that we do. You are shoulder to shoulder with us in this commercial kitchen today, helping these students to move forward with their lives. You're in our pantries, helping folks who are out of food to get through a difficult time and week. You're in our shelters, you're in our housing programs. You are with us day in and day out, serving those members of our community who, for a variety of reasons, are struggling in their lives.
Your faithfulness, your goodness, and your generous support of the Hope Appeal enrich our diocesan family and all those we serve. We thank you for all your past support, and I invite you to join me in supporting this year's Hope Appeal. God bless you.
You are the salt of the earth. Please give generously to this year's Hope Appeal.